What is going on, Movie Meals? Movie Meals. This is gonna be actually. Before we get into it, thank you, Meal patrons. Can we get some merch? I'll link down in the description. All that great and incredible things. Sorry, getting rid of some dust there.
Focus, Al.
We're back. This will probably be the last video here for a bit. We got to get this sucker married, but since when have we ever released really well? We haven't released really well since we were in college, living in the same home, and even then it was a pain to get this guy moving.
Yeah, facts. I was a struggle. Back then.
Back when
you're right though. Yeah. Say that again.
Back when we used to just go into the garage, huh?
Yeah, our rental actually had a garage. I don't think many people can say that, but it helped for recordings.
Yeah. We're here for a couple quick reviews, and we're going to rank some Nolan movies to prep for the Odyssey in a couple weeks here. We're filming this on the 3rd of July. You'll see it probably on the 6th. I'll probably be released on the regular Mondays when we post, but have a safe 4th. Hopefully you had a safe 4th. Before we start any Nolan talk, because that's going to be most of the episode, I did finish the series finale of The Bear, which is a show, as Kyle and I were kind of talking off camera, that came and exploded. We were into it. It was hype, and then COVID hit, and then things production slowed down. Things don't come out the same way, and then it's just kind of took a while. It took some energy to get back into it, but I saw the series finale came out. I was like, oh dang, let's watch it. I got nothing else going on right now except watching some Nolan, so I put that on in between some Nolan movies. It's such a quick binge. I mean, it's only 8 eps, 22 minutes. I mean, you get that done quick. But the series finale was really good. I think this is a very good show, and this is going to be a perfect binge show now that it's done. This show needs to just be binged from start to finish.
I think I'll try and do that.
As stressful as it will make you.
Yeah.
I loved the series finale. It ended with some really amazing moments. The choice that they made to have most of the series finale kind of just go over 2 days was excellent to me. It was great. How do you say the lead actress's name? I always butcher it. You're better at that.
I think it's Ao.
She is phenomenal. You can tell her and Jeremy have outgrown the show, that they're ready to take on bigger things. And it was a perfect love letter, I felt like, this final season to the two of them, not only to him, but to her. Because I don't even think the showrunners expected everybody to love her and her character and for her to blow up and to be as awesome as she is. But I loved it. It was a great series finale. It's a really underrated show. It feels underrated at this point because not everybody's talking about it the same way. But it is a great show. Yeah. Jeremy has a speech in it that's phenomenal. They go, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but they go with some choices that I just really liked that Ao's character of Sydney does, where she is like, I'm tired of the yelling. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. It's time for us to change. And I love it. I love it. It ended heartfelt, ended the right way. It was a great series finale.
She did say that in season 2, didn't she? That's when
What?
That was the last time I watched the same thing. Tired of the yelling.
Well, yeah, but I think it's different. Different when you get to the. I can't explain it without spoilers. It's a little different in the series finale.
I'm sure you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was really good. Moments got me choked up. Yeah. There were moments that I was like, oh dang, I'm in.
That show always knew how to tug at your heart. It really grew into more than just a show about cooking to a show about mental health and just how to take care of yourself and how to fix yourself when you need to fix yourself. It was always an impressive show, those first 2 seasons. I think you're right, though. COVID did play into my watch of it, now that I think about it, because I know once we passed through, the really, really torturous parts of COVID, I guess, best to describe it, and then season 3 comes out, I tried to watch the first episode, and it's a good episode, but like it's a tough one to get through, and I just was like not mentally ready more than I realized I was, and then since then I just haven't been fed back into like hopping back onto this show. So I don't know. Great reminder to know I can finally go back and give it another shot.
I mean, it is a stressful show.
Definitely
it's stressful, but yeah. I mean, I work in stress and chaos, so to me, the kitchen is pretty similar to a kindergarten classroom. Yeah. No, it really is. Except there's a lot less yes chefs in my work. I wish there was more.
No,
I yell hands. It's because somebody's kids are eating crayons again. We gotta get.
Oh, good. Nothing's changed.
But anyway, all right, we're gonna talk some Nolan for the rest of this show.
Yeah.
Kyle wanted to watch. You hadn't seen it, right? Right? That was the whole thing, right? Yeah. Kyle wanted to watch a Nolan movie he hadn't seen.
Mm-hmm.
So I have seen them all. I come to realize when I was looking. Yeah.
I realized I hadn't seen Following. That one I haven't seen.
I've seen Following.
I always forgot about that one. I thought Memento was his first.
Nope.
And then I learned like a day or two ago that wasn't the case. I forgot one still, but Insomnia, I checked that off the list.
I haven't seen it in the Following in years. We watched it in film school when I attended that for a wee bit.
Yeah. What was it about? Do you remember?
Just about a dude following, man.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how else to explain it. That's the movie, Kyle.
I like it. Go on.
Do you? Could be stalking.
Yeah. Wait a minute, Kyle. What? Okay, so a man who follows. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember. Yeah. I mean, we'll get into that, but Insomnia. I also hadn't seen in a while. But we'll talk about that. So, Kyle, go ahead. Let's do a little retro review here. What did you think of Insomnia?
I thought it was good. We talked about this a couple of days ago, Alex, that we recently realized that it's a remake of a foreign film by the same name, but I forget which country it's from now. So I wish I had the time to see that as well as this one, just for the curiosity of like what was different or what was similar. I kind of went down a rabbit hole of watching
a Swedish film, the original
Swedish
with Stellan Skarsgård.
Oh shoot, that would have been. I bet that's really good then.
Yeah, 95 on the old Rotten Tomatoes.
Dang. All right.
3.6 on Letterbox.
But I did go down like a YouTube rabbit hole just to see what people said about like the movie on YouTube, and I was really surprised that no one else on anyone's channels was bringing up the Swedish version. Not that like all these are American channels. I guess I wasn't really expecting them to have watched a foreign film, but even still, like it was never mentioned really.
How young were these people on YouTube you're watching? How young were these reviews?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, probably
mixture?
A little younger than us, but like not like teenagers, obviously like 20s, 30s something year olds, but it's still like they're movie channels, but they didn't even bring up that. Anyway, I don't know. It was just kind of puzzling to me, but hey, guess I'm in the same boat. Like I'm acknowledging it, but I haven't been able to watch it yet myself, but just through the vision of seeing it as like a Nolan film, I think it's pretty good. I think Al Pacino was great. Like he plays Pacino, but something about him, like when he's locked in and playing Pacino, like just can work, especially for him playing like this hardened detective character. Like it just is like the perfect vehicle for him. Robin Williams starring opposite of him. He I realized R. like was in this RIP to him, but he was in this era of trying to, after like getting his Oscar, after being like the big comedy guy of movies, and now he's like trying to do this and one photo shoot or one shoot something where he's playing like these creepy characters, these serial killer type characters.
Is that just called Photograph or something? It's something like that.
It's something with photo in it. I'm trying to remember. It's a really good movie, but I'm
really
not like the name of it.
Good. I'll find it. We watched that together. 1
hour. Yeah, we did.
Photo.
1 hour photo. Thank you. I was like, one photo shoot. That doesn't sound right.
maybe I'll rewatch that today.
So yeah, I guess like for me, it's in very good hands all throughout, just because Nolan is that great of a director. I think that at times I felt it being very clear homages to like Michael Mann film stylings, or just like crime noir uh, film stylings, to where I felt like it was a little bit of the same old. But I think what was just hooking me the most was like the atmosphere of like the Alaskan landscape, combined with um I guess insomnia that our detective character from Pacino is like dealing with, as he's struggling to come to terms with. Should we give spoilers here? I don't know.
I mean, it's a movie from 2002. Yeah, spoilers
Yeah,
for
you're right.
Insomnia.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it.
So anyway, like the premise is that they're trying to hunt down the serial killer played by Robin Williams, but he accidentally shoots his detective partner. Although it's comes to question for him whether it was intentional or not that he shot him. I guess maybe more on that later, but he's dealing with like the repercussions of that, and dealing with like the mental hurdles of him like not getting caught of like who killed his partner, while at the same time trying to solve this crime. And it's just like overwhelming and leading him down like these mental gymnastics and rabbit holes of like right from wrong. And opposite of Robin Williams, it just does a great job at like him being a terrible voice of reason, or like him just like playing into his hands very well. He's able to be the mastermind of the whole scenario. Just a very great, it's very great in terms of mind games, which I think is something that Nolan works very well. While all the detective stuff, yeah, for sure. So like that part of it can play very well, but it's like the detective noir atmosphere of it, while good at times, feels a little run of the mill. But I'm willing to forgive it just because like the performances are great, and the way the movie is presented is also still really fun to watch. So that's enough about me rattling. What do you think, Alex?
I love this movie. I think it's great. It makes me, everybody keeps saying that when I was doing stuff and looking into the remake, I kept hearing that I like the remake better. I like the remake better. Like I kept seeing posts like that on Reddit or Letterbox or stuff. So it makes me really want to see that, because I really like this movie. I love a good detective story. I love a good detective just getting in there and doing work,
getting hands dirty,
finding some killers, man. And Al Pacino, hoo-ah, he's great as always. I mean, it's kind of crazy, like how I feel like Al Pacino feels underappreciated today. Like when you talk about the greatest of the greats, like I've watched some of his legendary performances for the first time over the last like 2 years. I mean, Dog Day Afternoon, Scarface. I mean, he's a legend. I mean, he's that good, and I think this is one of his top tier last kind of run performances. I mean, I don't know how many he has after this where it's still like he can really dive into a character. It all worked for me. Robin is amazing in this. I think everybody's really good. I love the detective stuff. I love the twists and turns. I love when the villain starts calling up the detective and he's like, all right, like when Robin calls him up and he goes, you know, you shot your partner. Like, come on now. Like, it's not me. Let's get away with this. And I think the movie does a really good job. I think the mind bender stuff, the Nolan cinematography, I think where they're in Alaska, works really well. I think it looks beautiful. I think he makes the town feel like a character, which I think is great. Hilary Swank is always a treat when she is in something. So, I really loved this. I think her character, if anybody's the weakest, but I don't think that's on her. I think it's just on the way Nolan went with the story and the script, and more focus on Pacino. So she's very by the books, you know. I think there's truth to it's a detective story. We've seen the rattled cop, you know, trying to escape a mistake he made. What is he going to do? Let the killer go, you know, but it is a remake of a movie already doing that. I mean, you can find dozens of movies that do that, probably from even before the remake. But I think it works really well. And I think it's really nice seeing what Nolan does with these smaller stories and how he makes them feel so much bigger. And it's not just because he shoots with the widest lens he can find. It's I mean, he takes this simple detective story and makes it really, really feel grander than it should be. Where like Fincher takes on this story, and this is not a slight on Fincher, but Fincher takes this story and it feels more boxed in, and that's part of Fincher's thing, and that's what he likes to do. But like, there's something to Nolan that's nice about what he does and the way he wants to shoot, the cinematography he brings, and like his idea for where the lens is going to be and everything. That I mean, The Prestige for sure feels that way after rewatch. I rewatched that too. But even Memento's got that feel.
Yeah. I like what you said about how it feels grander than the story really is, because I remember when I first watched Memento, and it felt like that was almost more boxed in for sure. How I know about how Nolan shoots his movies. So I guess with Insomnia, it kind of surprised me that he was still doing this these wide shots, grand type of filmmaking towards a movie that does feel a bit more of that other lane of feeling like it's supposed to be boxed in. So I think maybe that's why for me, like, the movie still is effective, but it's not as effective as I think its potential could have been, just because it does feel a little too grand for how it's shot. Like, there's some scenes where it does feel boxed in, like Pacino wrestling with trying to fall asleep, but since they're in Alaska, the sun never sets at like the time of year they're located at, and that's when it like feels claustrophobic or boxed in, and that those moments really work for me, as well as like performance wise, like from Pacino, it feels a lot boxed in too. But yeah, in terms of his camera work, like, you can feel how Nolan really wants to shoot his movies. It can work for a lot of things. I don't know if it quite works as well for Insomnia, but I can't deny like there is still an effectiveness within like performances or within like very certain scenes too.
Yeah, 100%. You got anything else on this movie, or should we jump into the rankings? We're gonna rank some Nolan movies here next.
Robin Williams, again, R.I.P., but he was very good opposite Pacino, and it's very good casting too, just because like he is supposed to be like the approachable, friendly guy, like unsuspecting practically. Like, he can play that well. It's almost similar to Good Will Hunting in that regard, only it's like, what if Good Will Hunting turned out like his therapist was a serial killer? Or not his therapist, his teacher, whatever role he played. But what if it was that? And yeah, it's very well it's a very well cast movie. Pretty good follow-up too for Nolan's rise as well, for him to land a big feat like Batman, and then, you know, the rest is history, obviously. So we'll dive more into those movies in a bit. But yeah, I'm glad that I watched this finally. Pretty good.
I agree. All right, let's get into some rankings.
All right, man.
Let's see. Gotta use magic here. Share the old screen. There it is. Hopefully you can see that all right. It's hard probably down here to see some of them, but I'll let you know what's what.
Yeah, please do.
Where
we started?
All right. I think we start just from in order of release.
Okay.
At least as much as our memory will let us without looking it up too much. But I
now know the first one is following, and I can't help you there.
Before we do this though, we were talking, I kind of had this thought pop into my head I thought was interesting, like, and it's going to sound like another shot at another director, and I really don't mean it to do that. There's no shade truly here, because I love his movies, but because we were talking Tarantino not that long ago, you know, Tarantino is doing the 10 movies. I'm making 10 movies. There's something poetic about 10 movies to him. Nolan's only made 12 movies.
Yeah.
And there's an argument to be made that most of them are as good or better than some of the best Tarantino movies. And I think that's interesting that, like, one director is like, I don't want to be bogged down by anything. You know, I want quality over quantity. And it's like, Nolan quietly just been doing the same thing, but having telling such a wide range of stories. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking to talk here, but it just made me think of that. And it's like,
one guy is wired differently than the other. I don't know.
yeah,
Like I get what you're saying though. Like it is interesting how some directors are more precious with their filmography while others
yeah,
fly by the seat of their pants. Like I think of what was it? Scorsese a couple of years ago, probably for Killers of the Flower Moon, he had a quote along the lines of like, I don't know how much longer I have left in this world and there's still so many movies I want to tell, but I also want to be like, basically he's like, I still have to be precious and like choose what I want to make next because they are my last
yeah,
years. And
yeah,
then Ridley Scott had a movie come out like a couple of months later, and he was like, I just want to make a movie and just get on with it. And now he's cranking out like 3 in a year, and like they're fine, but they're not that good, you know. And it's like, well, I don't know. Everyone's just wired different. What can you do?
yeah. I mean, you got guys like Spielberg too, who are still cranking out movie after movie after movie, and to
Mm-hmm.
some people he's completely fallen off, and to some he's not. To smart people like ourselves, he's not even close to falling off.
Yeah, whatever you think of
Still
Disclosure
got it.
Day, I'm not worried about Spielberg quite yet.
Fablemans? Are you kidding me? So
Yeah.
good. All right, let's get into it here. So his first movie ever is the following. Uh, I remember liking it. You don't have an opinion here,
No.
but I'd probably put it C. It's fine. I
No.
remember being like,
No.
this is Nolan before Nolan even became Nolan. You know what I mean? Like this is him testing the waters. But I think it's for a lot of people they might feel it's like underrated, like it should be in the B, but I think it's fine. I mean, I think it's slightly below average. But it's still okay. Like I don't remember hating it, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe I would change my mind if I rewatched it because it's been maybe 10 years, if not more,
Mm.
since I've seen it. Probably about
Yeah.
2016 though, sounds right. Maybe 2015. So yeah, it's been about 10 years, but maybe I'd change my
Yeah.
tune on that. And then we got Memento. I'll let you take the lead on this one. What do you think? S, A, B, C, or D?
I think, Dane, I want to put in an S.
I
I want to
agree.
do it. I
Memento
think that,
rocks.
yeah, that was like one of the last of Nolan's movies that I've watched leading up to now, and I've heard great things about it. I was able to go in pretty blind, actually. Like, I didn't know a lot about the
Good.
plot, and it just rocked me. Like, I thought it was so impressive. Um, how he structured that movie, how everything was able to connect and interweave to like have this mystery, like this memory loss mystery, be able to wrap itself up in a nice bow. Good twists and turns. Really, like at least for me, obviously, like the first showcasing of how Nolan has this obsession with time and with memories and
Mm-hmm.
just these things that play into a lot of his movies down the road to even bigger degrees. But man, Memento is just very impressive. It's a very impressive movie. I
It
have to
really
put it
is.
up there. Yeah.
Autumn was because we watched The Prestige because I told her I wanted to watch some Nolan, so I let her pick of any of the ones she hadn't seen, and she was like, "Give me a little synopsis what all of them are about." And I was like, first of all, that's a
He
hard
loves clocks.
that's a hard thing because she was asking for a synopsis of a certain set of movies. I think it was Tenet. She was asking about Memento, and
Mm-hmm.
then Dunkirk. I think were the three because we had
Okay.
already nixed Insomnia because I had already watched it.
Yeah.
But I remember for Memento, I was like, it's a dude who's trying to solve the murder of his wife, but he loses memory every day he wakes up. So he keeps little clues to himself. I was like, that's all I'll tell you. And he was like, and she was like, that sounds really interesting. And I was like, yeah, but
Yeah.
you got to throw that phone in another room because you don't pay attention in Memento. You're gonna have no idea what's happening. None.
Yeah, you do gotta lock in.
You have to
I
pay attention to that movie.
I watched it by myself late at night. Like I made sure it was like midnight practically. It was like at a point I couldn't sleep, so I was like, I'll just finally just shut off the lights, focus on this movie. Like no one's gonna
Yeah.
distract me of any kind, and it was so good. It was such a
Be a
great
great
movie to
movie to
watch.
just get 10 buddies, toss in $50 each, rent a theater, get a bunch of stuff, and put on Memento. That'd be a
I would do
great
that
one
for any
back in the
movie.
cinema.
I'd do that for Sheep
Oh,
Detectives.
well, Sheep Detectives apparently is phenomenal.
It's cute.
You saw it, huh?
Yeah, I it's on streaming now, so I got around to watching it with Mariah. Yeah,
why didn't
it's
you
cute.
review it at the top of the show? Jeez, this guy.
I don't have much to say about it.
Is it
It's
as
cute.
good as everybody's saying?
Sure, no, I don't know. Like, I mean, I think it's just like obviously a cute, good movie that people are just agreeing. I don't know if it's like amazing, but it's it works. Gotcha. It's great.
All right. What did he make after Memento? Let's take a guess. Is it Batman Begins?
No, I thought it was Insomnia.
Oh, you're probably right. I think Batman Begins is at 04. Insomnia is 02.
04, 05. Yeah.
All right. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I clicked it on the video on how we're recording. It's over here. So where would you put Insomnia?
Of all these, maybe a B. I think B is a fair spot.
What's your maybe? Are you hesitant to put it lower or higher?
Oh, I'm just like thinking of like his other movies and like which ones I may like more than Insomnia, because I can't think of like my rankings list off my head. But I think B is at least a good middle ground of it's good. Not one of my favorites of his, but good. I liked it.
I agree. I think B is a good spot for it. I liked it more than Kyle, but I still don't know if it's quite A tier. Nolan?
Yeah.
Once you get from like Memento's one thing, but when you get all the way to Oppenheimer, it's like the difference between his S and his A's are big, and yet they're all still incredible.
For sure, man.
Has Nolan ever missed is the real question. We'll find out.
We may find out.
So Batman Begins. I think that's this one here is next. Where do you put Batman Begins, Kyle?
I could be convinced to put it in S, but I'm fine with putting it in A.
I think A is where it goes. I don't think it's an S tier movie. I don't think it's that good, but it is great. Let's not put anything. I love it. It's maybe Robert Pattinson might own the best Batman movie now, but when you don't count how great the villains are, but then again, they got great villains in that movie, but Liam Neeson's an okay villain. Like he's fine. He's good in this movie, but it's the Batman. It's one of the best origin stories we've ever had. I mean,
for sure.
It's good.
No, just the juggernaut it became, like the cultural staple Nolan and Batman were able to become again in this time period was just something crazy to witness. I remember at least like Batman Fever really like started because of this movie again. And yeah, you're right. It is a great origin movie still. Much more modern in terms of like when it came out, but still it was like, it just felt different, felt fresh. And honestly, every time I rewatch like the trilogy, like I just become more and more impressed by Batman Begins each time. Like we hailed Dark Knight for rightfully so reasons, but Batman Begins, like there's a reason why I was teetering between S and A, because like it's not that far behind Dark Knight in my opinion, but I'm totally comfortable with the A spot.
The only thing it's missing is a legendary performance. So I think he makes The Prestige next, doesn't he? Didn't he take a break in between those two, or did he take a break in between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises?
My
took a break in between map.
My mental map is Prestige came after Begins, and then it was Dark Knight, because I think Dark Knight and Inception. Say that again.
And then he did 2 Batmans back to back. I thought he did 2 back to back, or does he do Inception in between?
Oh no, because I'm pretty sure he did Inception right after Dark Knight. Should we look it up, or do we want to go in blind?
Nah, let's just do it this way. It doesn't matter. We're still ranking them.
That
works for me. So we are going with The Prestige.
Okay.
Where do you right? Isn't that what you said is next?
Yes.
After Batman Begins? So where would you put The Prestige?
Man, I want to put this in A. I love The Prestige. It's been a little bit. I think I could use a rewatch of it, but man, I remember just being locked in. It's almost like it's almost like Now You See Me. Like it's a little before that, where it's like the magic is a bit loosey goosey in some regards, but man, like the twists and like the mystery aspects of that movie are also just very it's not like interesting, but it's just entertaining. And then
I
when
think
like
it's great twist.
yeah, it is great. I put it an A. I like it. That may be like I don't know if people would
I
agree for it being that
I
high,
think
but
it should. I think it borderlines up onto S. I'm okay putting it an A.
mm,
I think it's just.
okay.
I think it's that good. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
really good. When David Bowie shows up as Nikola Tesla, he doesn't even look like David Bowie.
This movie Prestige is like the first instance of showing that actors want to work with this guy. Like
Yeah.
obviously Begins and Insomnia are very impressive casts, but like Prestige is like a murder's row of like talent. Like
ScarJo's in it.
ScarJo,
Andy
Bale,
Serkis, Hugh
Hugh
Jackman.
Jackman,
Very
Bowie.
underrated Hugh Jackman performance. Like, and he's been memed up a little bit in the last few years, I've noticed. And people forget like how talented he really is. Like, this is a very, very great performance by him.
Mm-hmm.
He does so well in this movie. We just rewatched it. Autumn fell asleep. Can you even believe that?
Sadly, yes.
She woke up. There's maybe 35 minutes left. I remember looking when I could tell she was out. She woke up right at the end, and spoiler alert for The Prestige. If you have not seen it, I'm going to spoil the biggest point of the whole movie. So if you haven't seen it, get out of here, mute for like 20 seconds.
You should mute if you haven't seen it. She
wakes up, she goes, "Oh, he's a twin?"
There's two of them.
And I was like, wait till you find out what Hugh Jackman was doing. She was like, what was Hugh Jackman doing? I thought he died at the beginning of the movie. And I was like, well, one of them did. All right, you can unmute now. Oh yeah, great movie. It's got a nice little element of sci-fi, science, and all the magic.
Yeah.
Like, it just works well.
Yeah, like somehow it shouldn't make sense, and then it comes together, and you're like, I'm in, no notes. Like,
and then I was watching it, and I was like, why don't they make more movies about magicians? And then I was like, let me think of some. Now You See Me. Oh yeah, that's why.
Yeah, the third one was woof.
I have even some love for that first one, but
oh yeah, it's fun.
That's even then, yeah. I remember leaving that first one with some friends back in end of high school or early college whenever it came out, and everybody was like, I figured it out. I figured out the twist halfway through, and I was like, why do you guys want to? Don't you want to enjoy the surprise? Why are you thinking so much in a movie?
Yeah, that's what we're just really good at turning our brains off. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, literally us. How'd you guys know?
I'm just literally sitting in that movie with a big old thing of corn. I'm just locked in.
I don't know, man. For any mystery movie, I'm always just like, let's just see who it is. I don't know. Like, why I'm not the detective.
People want to be
Clouseau's the detective.
People want to be smarter than the movie. And then they complain about it. And it's like, well, why were you thinking about it in the movie?
Yeah, you ruined the experience for yourself. You're especially only for you to blame.
Like, if it's a really bad twist that can't, like, that we clearly, like, anybody could see, like, it's like plain as day. It's like, all right, that's one thing. But come on, Nolan knows how to do it. Old school M. Night Shyamalan? Old school M. Night? Oh, my God.
Oh, I guess maybe a little M. Night influence, yeah.
I'm just saying his old school movie twist. Like, the first couple of his...
Sixth Sense and
Sixth Sense, like those twists. Oh man. But all right, it's S tier, isn't it? Come on.
Yeah.
Dark Knight.
Yeah. Of course.
I maintain it every rewatch I've had. When there's like a 20-minute sequence where Batman infiltrates is it a Japanese headquarters or something, and he leaves the United States.
I thought it was Chinese, but yeah,
might be.
Yeah.
That's the only part of the movie I don't love, and it's just because I sit there and I go, man, I wish I was watching the Joker right now.
Yeah, I get that.
It's just how good he really is.
For me, my one ding on it is that I think the city in Batman Begins feels more like a modern Gotham compared to how it's filmed in Dark Knight. Like, it just feels so much like a Chicago type city compared to Batman Begins. There's just something with its lighting and like some of the architecture choices where it feels like it could be Gotham, like in the 2000s.
So you're
but
saying you
you
think
know,
The Dark Knight feels too Chicago? It feels too there. This is a real
modern.
life city. It's not
Yeah,
old school. Okay, I got you.
yeah. But otherwise, like, really no notes for Dark Knight.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying about the
so
world
good.
tour that he goes on when he
Yeah,
goes overseas. Yeah. But no, Heath Ledger rocks. Christian Bale is still on his A game. Nolan is on his A game too. I guess I can say that.
oh yeah.
The inclusion of Harvey Dent is a great choice for like thematically what the movie's going for. Yeah, it feels big and grand. It's awesome. It's so much fun to watch.
I meant to bring this up at the Prestige. I forgot because I was into what we were talking about, but I wanted to mention this. It's funny looking at like now the Odyssey coming out, and then like the joke right now, everybody's in the Odyssey except me, right? Like a bunch of actors joking on around saying stuff like that. And it's like it's funny to see who like why isn't he working with some people again? Why do you never get another call? Christian Bale got plenty of calls. Christian Bale's in like 4 of these movies. Where's Cillian Murphy half the time? Not in a Batman
He's in
movie.
half his
It took
movies.
a while. I know, but it took a while. We're in a couple Batman movies. We're in what? He's in Dunkirk, but it's like, all right, where's he in The Prestige? He would have been a great magician.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I haven't seen ScarJo in another Nolan flick lately.
No, true, but like Elliot Page, like he hasn't been in movies in quite some time, I don't think, but went from Inception and now goes full circle to working on Odyssey. I mean, good for him. Like, works great, and Nolan's awesome, but like, it is surprising, like, which actors come back into the fold for Nolan and some of his movies.
And
a lot of character actors are like that too. Like, I think Dark Knight is a great example of how he utilizes character actors.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There and you know, if Nolan was here today and we were asking him that question, his response would just be, I've loved working with everybody. And
yeah,
I just like he probably writes these scripts and he's like, you know, who would be great in this role is this guy because I've worked with him so many times. I know he could pull this off, or like it's usually probably just I know that this person can do this character. Yeah. Or it's like, I don't think anybody can do this character that I've worked with before. I need to branch out and find somebody else. Yeah. Like a good old Tom Holland. Read a report that Tom Holland finished the Odyssey and then told Nolan the next day when they watched it. He finished it. He said he couldn't sleep, and all he wanted to do was turn it on again. He's like, Nolan, that's
a great sign.
Incredible. A great sign. All right. Yeah. So Inception's next, huh? Oh, and Inception she hadn't seen. We rewatched that too. Where do you put Inception?
S.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not even
close. Dude,
it's so good.
I still remember my first time seeing that movie in theaters. I'll never forget. It may have been my first Nolan movie in theaters, honestly, if I'm thinking about it correctly.
Mine. I think I saw Batman Begins in a theater.
Ooh.
I don't remember.
Inception though, like that. Like, there's obviously movies that you remember in your childhood where, like, good or bad, you can remember a little of the experience of them. Inception is, like, burned into my brain. It's like a top-tier movie experience.
Yeah, Inception,
like, it was unlike anything I'd seen before.
Yeah, Inception played that role for us that a lot of these directors say, you know, I saw Star Wars for the first time. I saw Lawrence of Arabia. I saw these movies. I couldn't I'm with you. I'll never forget. We were as packed house. My whole family went. We were in the farthest back row all the way over. So we had 2 people with their feet like stretched out to where the top of the stairs are. Yeah. And that movie, within a good 10 minutes, you're just hearing the loud breathing. Shout out to my mom of my mother who's just snoring away.
Oh.
And which is wild because that movie, we were by the speaker. That movie's loud. She didn't wake up impressive. For the whole movie. She's out. You're raising 4 kids will do that to you.
I think I watched this with one of my groomsmen, Daniel. I think Daniel and I went to see this movie together. It's how long I've known the guy. I'll have to ask him about it. I'll see him Sunday. I'll check. But no, Inception, like, my God, what Nolan pulls off here is impressive stuff. Like, obviously, like, a lot of it is CGI, but there's plenty of footage that you can take a look at behind the scenes stuff of him, doing practical effects of like the tunnel scene, for example, with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And obviously it has like its homages, or some people feel like
Shout
it's
out
very
Paprika.
close to Paprika, exactly.
I mean,
Whatever you want to call it, like
it is.
Yeah, but however you want to phrase it, you can't deny like what Nolan still pulls off in live action, with like the way like he wants to convey dreams and family, love, all the normal Nolanisms that we get out of his movies. Like it just feels like a major encapsulation of Inception.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like the staple for me more than like The Dark Knight does.
Yeah. And you know,
it's
most
awesome.
people, when they're like, oh, Paprika's just did it better, they're just hating. And half the time they're like, oh, I actually have been writing this in my basement. And then they'll show you something that is just full of influences from other movies and stuff. You know, It's always that. You don't get The Matrix without Ghost in the Shell. You don't get Inception without Paprika. You want these legendary artists to pull ideas and concepts and create something new out of it that might pay a little homage. They probably were on set and they're like, there's this great scene in this movie I love. I want to recreate that in a way, but make it my version and my vision and add it into one scene of my movie. Like, that's great. I love it.
I was watching a video essay about how, like, anime of the 80s and 90s influenced so much of 2000s animation.
It did.
Like, even down to something like Dexter's Laboratory, you know? Like, you wouldn't even think of it, but it was that, like, deep in, like, 2000s
Send me a link.
Animation.
I'd like to watch that.
Like the fact that one of our top tier directors of our time was influenced and has seen Paprika, like that's something to give a thumbs up to. Don't discourage that. Like, why are we oh no, a white director in a business suit watched Paprika. Awesome. Like, what are we doing here? Like, come on, that's cool. I don't know. I don't get people's complaints.
Send me the link to that video. I'd love to watch that.
Yeah, it's really good. I was really impressed by it.
That's incredible. All right, what comes after this? So then Dark Knight Rises.
I think so, because I remember.
Yeah.
Inception was all the rage.
Yeah.
The unfortunate passing of Heath Ledger really like strayed Nolan, and of course Inception also was him being like, I don't really want to do Batman anymore, but I have to do this last Batman movie. And sadly, you can kind of feel it with this one. Like, still some impressive stuff, but it's a bit of a slog.
And then there were all those rumors, too. Yeah, all those rumors came out that were never confirmed of, well, Heath or Nolan had this insane idea with Heath Ledger, and it was going to continue with the Joker versus Batman, and it was going to do all this stuff, and they had to rewrite it, and he lost interest in all that, and it's hard for people to want to go back after such an incredible, years on set. You bring in all the same people back, and it's hard to not be there without an actor you love and stuff. But it's, you wonder what truly happened. We'll never know, but you wonder.
Yeah,
where would you put this in terms of ranking? I lean towards B. You think it's worse than that?
I like Insomnia more than Dark Knight Rises. I wouldn't be opposed to putting it in C. Should we debate a bit more?
Like slightly below average.
I don't know. It's hard to say with Nolan. Like, there's not like a bad Nolan movie. Like, Nolan's like worst movie is someone's great movie. You know,
it's true. Yeah. It's true.
So maybe it's just like the way I'm thinking of Nolan's career. And how much I like Nolan as a director so much that's like influencing me, but I don't know. It's definitely at the bottom for a lot of people, including myself.
Well, I like it more than his next movie, so we're about to get hate for this one, but the next movie is Interstellar.
And see, I wouldn't agree with that.
You think Interstellar is better than The Dark Knight Rises?
I do.
I think it is probably a better movie, but is it the movie I enjoy? I don't know. There's just something about Interstellar that, so for context, I know everybody loves it. I know you're sitting there, you're screaming if you've made it this far. I know you're mad. Okay, I know. I can hear you. It's okay. When I first saw it, I remember being like, because I do think it got a little overhyped. We were hearing in college, this is the best thing ever. This is the greatest science fiction movie since 2001: A Space Odyssey.
And it
And
was
I went in
his.
and I was like, man, I don't think it is, but I think it's ambitious. I think he's trying for it to be his massive space epic like 2001.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just didn't work for me. Then years go by and I didn't watch it again. I've only seen this movie twice. But then a few years ago when we started Movie Club, I picked it for our movie club in our very first year of doing it because I was like, I want to give this movie a fresh take. What am I missing? And I felt the same, lukewarm. I think the movie's fine, but I think it's got some stuff that doesn't work.
Yeah.
There's characters that don't really need to be in the story. I can't deny though that the planets, the cinematography, the space stuff, all of that, the wormhole stuff, I love all that.
Yes.
But like there are things I just don't love about the movie that just don't work for me. There's just something about it that I just can't do it. So I personally would watch The Dark Knight Rises before I watch, and Insomnia before I probably rewatch Interstellar. But
I'll say this about Interstellar. Thinking back on it, I think that all of what you're saying about like the positive of this movie is correct, and I do understand that like character wise, and at least like and maybe character wise, like I get your points as well. I think what is the most interesting about Interstellar is that you can see that it's Nolan trying to be at his most emotionally vulnerable. I think he does do like a bit of that throughout his movies. Like Inception comes to mind of like the emotional vulnerability, but I think Interstellar is him trying to like unleash that inside of him a little more, because I think that's one of people's criticisms is that he can come across as a bit dry, which I can get, but it just I see where people are coming from. I just don't agree with it. But I think it does help for people to love this movie where despite that emotional vulnerability really shining through and it feeling very fresh for Nolan, for me it's where it gets like messy in terms of like what I guess expect out of Nolan movies. Like that emotionality of the movie kind of causes conflict with like the sci-fi mathematics or the sci-fi quote unquote realism slash fictional aspects that the movie is like trying to combine into one space adventure. So I also feel conflicted about the movie, but I would stand by that it's in like a B tier more than like Dark Knight Rises would be. I'd be fine with that.
I'm letting Kyle take the reins today, and I don't appreciate it, but I'm sure everybody at home is telling us that this belongs up here in the
100%. Yeah. And I do appreciate that, like, because I remember when, for me, I remember Interstellar coming out, and you were right, like, people were praising the movie, but it didn't feel like it lasted for a very long time. But I've seen, like, a lot of people now come around to Interstellar having, like, this praise that I thought it would have had a bit more back in the day. I don't know if you would agree with that or not.
I completely disagree. I have, since the moment this movie came out, this is the best sci-fi movie since space sci-fi movie since 2001, and I have never heard anything different other than people from our small little circle who don't love it as much.
Okay.
And it definitely resurfaced during Project Hail Mary. That's all you heard, that it was interstellar with an alien, and I was like, that's just not even close. But each their own. Next is Dunkirk.
How about you go next? What do you think?
Oh, I think Dunkirk is an S tier. I think it's that good.
I don't disagree.
Good.
You keep going.
Well, when I first saw Dunkirk, I remember not loving it. I kind of got a little overhyped too. And then one Christmas morning, I'm not even kidding, it was just a few handful of years ago. It was the last Christmas that all my family, I think, spent together, where all the siblings got to be there. So not that long ago, just a few years ago, but it was on TV. My brother had already woken up. We were waiting for the nieces and nephews to get here. And Christmas isn't what it used to be because we're old now. So it wasn't waking up making presents. It was just chilling and waiting until mid-morning for siblings to arrive with the kiddos. And my brother got up and I get up and we kind of mosey our way onto the living room, and he finds that Dunkirk's playing on TV, just starting.
Yeah.
So we queue her up, and next thing you know, my dad's out there in the recliner watching, and we watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
We got to the point by the time everybody showed up, we were like, we have 30 minutes left. We're finishing the movie, and then we'll open presents. And I loved it. I was like, wow, I was wrong on this one. I got what I hoped the rewatch of Interstellar did for Dunkirk. I think it's a masterpiece and one of the better war movies out there. And I bet this and Saving Private Ryan would be a very good double feature back to back.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. No, Dunkirk is very impressive. I also get what you're saying with like, I was more muted on the movie when I first watched it. I think I saw it on a plane and was like, this is a great plane movie, but also just a great movie in general. For my personal ranking, I would probably just slide it down to A, but I'm okay with it being an S tier because, you know, you've given me the layups for Interstellar and for Dark Knight Rises. So I'll let you have this one, and I'm not going to complain. Dunkirk's great.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting because it's crazy now. I think the way I felt about Interstellar and the way I felt about Dunkirk at first is what's happening to a lot of people with the Odyssey right now. You're hearing a lot of, oh, this movie won't be good. This just from the trailers. They haven't even seen the movie yet. And it's like Nolan really is that guy that it's like sometimes you need to rewatch it. Hey, I've rewatched Interstellar to give it a try. This one just don't work for me. Maybe I need to give it a third one. I'll probably rewatch it again at some point.
Yeah, but the 2020s are also filled, I think, with a bit more not a bit more, a lot more pessimism compared to the 10s, where for some reason, like the majority of the 10s were like the time of hope and like joy.
And now
for the most part,
spoon-fed with their movies a lot more too. They want to be spoon-fed with info, which a biopic about Oppenheimer and a story we know how it goes from start to finish are not going to have sci-fi time and twists and exposition dumps of stuff that makes no sense where you're like, what? And you have to think and, you know, whatnot.
But in regards to time, he will find a way.
Speaking of time, I meant to bring this up with Inception. I forgot. Autumn goes to work, tells some of her coworkers she watched Inception for the first time, really liked it. And some people are like, oh, I couldn't get to it. They lost me by the time they were in a bunch of dreams. And it's like, why?
That's the thing.
It's like out of all the things that is what trips you up. That is not a hard concept. You went to sleep. You're dreaming. Your dream yourself went to sleep. He's dreaming. He goes to sleep again. He's dreaming. How's that hard? That's not a hard concept to view. Anything in Tenet is much more difficult to understand.
I agree with that. Speaking
of Tenet, look at that segue. I wanted to rewatch the whole thing before we filmed this, but the site I used to sail the high seas was under maintenance, so I didn't get to finish it because I don't own this one and it wasn't on streaming. So I only got a good hour in. But I will say, there's a character about 15 minutes into this movie that literally says to John David Washington, don't try to understand it. It won't make sense. And it's like, all right, that's how I'm going to view the rest of this movie. I'm not going to try to understand. I'm just here for the ride. I liked
Nolan
that first hour.
Spoon-fed ya. He spoon-fed ya. He was like, I'm going to tell ya. Don't worry about it.
Don't try. I don't even know if I know. This is the movie, though. I did get, that hour in, and I was like, oh, it makes more sense why people forget about Tenet. This is why Robert Pattinson wanted to read the script beforehand, because last time he read a Nolan script, he was probably like, what am I reading? What is happening?
Yeah.
What do you think about Tenet? Where do you want to rank it here?
I'd be okay with putting it at C. I like Tenet. I do need to give it a rewatch, but I think I like Insomnia and Interstellar more. And Tenet's
you can like it more and it can still be there.
Yeah, but I think I just don't, from what I remember of the movie, I can't convince myself that I would put it in the same tier as Insomnia or Interstellar. I would maybe put it above Dark Knight Rises, but I don't know if I'd go beyond that.
Well, yeah, you haven't seen this.
Yeah.
So you'd put it there.
Yeah.
I mean,
but could I put it above Interstellar?
I'd probably put The Following here. The Following's probably his worst movie, and it's still good, if you ask me.
Exactly. Yeah. His worst movie is someone's great movie.
Yeah, it's true. All right. Is there even a conversation? This is S tier.
I think, I'd agree. I'd agree with that.
Yeah, it's so good.
You could tell we're Nolan boys.
And you just don't want to stop watching. It's so good. Nolan might have the best range like ever. I mean, he made a 3-hour long biopic that is, you just can't help but be glued to the screen. Then he makes a war movie that he tells from 3 different times and perspectives that just rips. And then he goes, let me make one of the best sci-fi movies ever with Inception. Oh, you like comic books? Let me make one of the best comic book movies you've ever seen. Oh, you like magicians? I like magicians. Let me make a fun movie about magic. Like his range is wild. And they're all, that's why I'm so excited for the Odyssey, Kyle, because he's finally taking on an epic, an old school epic, something that's going to feel Ben-Hur, 10 Commandments. Why can't I think of the one I said earlier in the show? Lawrence of Arabia. It's going to feel grand, really grand. That's why I'm so excited for the movie. I don't care what the armor looks like. I want it to be grand. I want it to be an epic. I want it to be a cookie cutter story of one dude trying to get home. That's the story. I can't wait. I'm hyped.
Nolan likes those stories too. A lot of his stories are about one man trying to get home. Dude loves his family. Dude loves clocks. He can make an epic out of that with any genre.
One guy trying to get home, and the odds of that one man being Matt Damon trying to get home are higher than you would think.
Amen.
Twice. Toss in the Martian in there. That's 3. That's a lot of money. It's one of the best memes. The amount of money we're spending just to save Matt Damon.
And who wouldn't? Makes sense to me.
What else? You got anything else?
No, that's our official Nolan ranking, and we're excited for the Odyssey. I guess, this is going to be our last episode until
for a while, probably
August, potentially. Yeah, so catching up with Odyssey and Spider-Man stuff, basically. So, yeah, sorry, we're not going to do it.
I might try to make a short or something when I get out of the Odyssey, maybe.
Yeah,
try to remember to do that.
Okay.
But all right, guys, what'd you think? Do you disagree with the list? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you want to yell more about the Interstellar placement? Please do. Thank you, Momo patrons. As always, get some merch. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching, Mom.
See you guys.